Good afternoon. It is time to go home and time to talk some Changeling. Today, I'm going a bit off the topics list that I've been writing up for myself, and I'm going to have a bit of a talk about something that one of my players has brought up in chat. Now, the question was, do you always know what kind of a Changeling you're looking at when you see them? Or is it possible for Changelings to pretend to be something else? And my answer to him was that you certainly don't always know what you're looking at. I think I said this in the chat, and I'm going to say it here because I think it's really well worth realizing that the Changeling kiths, as we look at them, are not different creatures or different races or anything of the sort. The way that the Fae came into being what they are is that dreams took shape, and as dreams began to take shapes, those shapes started to look around and realize, hey, you're a bit like me, I'm a bit like you, we're both a bit like him, so let's all of us get together and call ourselves something. So there is no definition that says that that a Changeling doesn't even necessarily have to follow those labels. We follow those labels because they're a game term, and mechanically we gain things from doing that. But it's very possible that you could have a Marrow who refers to himself as a mermaid. Because really, Marrow are, what are they but dark mermaids? In game terms, we give them the name Marrow because we want to differentiate them, and we want to be able to say, well, no, these are the really scary, evil ones that are part of the Shadow Court and eat people, and these are the kind of nicer mermaids that don't eat people. But in reality, they're all mermaids. It's just that some of them are sadistic, evil, people-eating mermaids. So we call those Marrows, and they get different mechanics. The same applies for, and I've mentioned this before whenever I've talked about the Sluagh and the Sluagh Court, the bogies. Even in the books they describe them as a darker version of the Sluagh. Well, at least whenever I run Changeling, and obviously it varies for everyone, and every storyteller makes their own choices, but at least when I run Changeling, it's not that you have, Sluagh over here that all look in one way, and bogies over there that all look in another way. They're all there. It's just really a matter of how dark are they. We classify the ones that are not really dark as Sluagh, and the ones that are really, really dark as bogies. And mechanically, they have different bonuses. They have different triggers. They have different frailties. But in story terms, they might just all call themselves Sluagh. And as I've described, the court of the Sluagh contains Sluagh and bogies and night hags and some trolls and some whatever else and all kinds of things. And it's very likely that in a game setting, they might all refer to themselves as the Sluagh. I mean, although we do have a kith that is specifically called Sluagh in the book, if you look at the historic setting terms, the Sluagh is the nightmare host. Host is a lot of things. It's not going to be that everything in that host is the same. You know, if you talk about an army, not everything in an army is infantry. You know, you have infantry, and you have armored units, and you have support units, and you have all this other stuff, but it's all the army. And that's the same way you have to kind of bear in mind when you're looking at the Fae. For game balance reasons, you would decide if you are a Sluagh or a Bogey. Yes. But there's no reason why you could not play a Bogey that considers themselves a Sluagh. They're just a really nasty one. And that's all I'm going to go into today. You can probably hear my voice is a little bit wrong, and I'm going to stop talking for a bit. Like, subscribe. Hopefully you enjoy these videos. Give me some feedback. I appreciate it. And tune in tomorrow. I have no idea what video I'll be doing then. I've got half a dozen things that I want to start, and it's likely that someone in my group will derail me again with another interesting topic, and I won't get to any of them. So, yeah, have a good night.